Well, John, a very good victory for you eventually, and we'd heard that you'd maybe struggle up front without having Rory McAllister and people there. But your forwards today did very well.
I thought as a team we played well. You know, Allott's always said that we're a one-man team, and I mean Jamie Stevenson missing the day. He's a big player for us also, and you know, sometimes people can write you off and underestimate the rest of the players, and I just feel as though we might not have the biggest squad, but I think we've got a decent quality of squad, and I think we showed that today. And I put a wee bit of pressure on Andy Rodgers before the game to stand up and be counted, and you know, that's the first 90 minutes I think he's played this season, and he worked hard. He kept it for us well, and you know, he got his reward with a penalty.
Both Nicky Riley and David Cox caused a lot of problems down the flanks, and you switching them back and forward caused there a lot of difficulties.
Aye, well, to be honest, I didn't switch them back and forward. They switched themselves. We gave them a wee freedom to play, but as long as they get back in and do their defensive side of the game. Nicky Riley at this level is a really good player. He probably shouldn't be playing here, but he's just getting back to fitness. We've kind of broken back in since I think it's about 3 months. He didn't play for October, and we've broken back in, and that's the longest he's played the day, and he looked nice and fresh, and he's clever. And Coxie Coxie a terrific worker, runs at people, puts them under pressure, and if you've got that on your side, it's a good asset. Did
you feel that you dominated in the second half in particular?
I thought to be honest, we dominated possession for most of the game, but I felt 5-10 minutes and after half time Ayr United were the better side. The wind, we had quite a strong wind in the first half, and I think it did die a wee bit, and I don't think Ayr get the benefit of maybe having the wind, but I just felt as though after an initial 5 or 10 minute period, I thought we took hold of the second half again, and we got a goal, and I was just delighted because I've got a lot of respect for Ayr, and especially since Ian's come in, I see how much they've picked up, so I see it as a big victory.
You've also opened yourself up quite a gap now in teams below, and you've got a big match next week again. I don't think there are any games just now that aren't big matches, to be quite honest.
Well, that's it. Every week you look at the fixtures and you think if you can win, you can climb into the... I mean, we've been threatening to move up to the top half of the table, and then we've lost 2 games there. And then the day I looked at it and I thought if we could win the day, it would open a gap up in there. And looking at the fixtures elsewhere with Stirling and Stenhousemuir and Airdrie, I thought it would be a big win. And we play Morton here next week, so I think we've got nothing to lose. We can maybe just have a go and see where it takes us.
Well, Ian, very disappointing to have to come up here, and long journey back down the road, as you've said to us already. But there was good things about Ayer's play today. This wasn't a walkover for Peterhead. 2-0 is putting a real gloss on it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the 2 goals, 2 late goals, one from a set play, one from a penalty. Both of them contentious. I certainly think the first one was never a free kick. I mean, but I didn't think it was a penalty either. But Nicky and Gilly gave the referee a chance to do that, to give them, and he was very, very keen to give them. And that cost us. Ultimately we still got to defend the set play better. But they hadn't really cut us open in the game, and we haven't played anything like we can. We haven't passed the ball like we can. The players are saying it was a difficult day to play. Fair enough. I think we've still got to be braver in possession of the ball. Started each half really well. Ryan Donnelly nearly gave us a lead. Really good goal save from the goalkeeper. But we didn't look as much as a threat. I thought we missed Darren Forrest a little bit today. He's not been keeping well, so hugely disappointing not to be able to build on the Stirling. I thought even a nothing each, which we probably deserved, would have been built. Would have been something to build on after the Stirling result. But it wasn't to be. Ultimately, 2 set plays have cost us.
Big Scott McKenna looks a big, strong lad there. Good prospect.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he'll do fine. He does all the bread and butter things really well. Wins his headers, wins his tackles. And in the first half, he was very, very good in possession. Played an awful lot of good passes. So, yeah, he had a really good debut, and I was pleased with him.
As we said, it's a long journey back down the road for you today, but you must take some positives from this match. As I was saying, Scott himself there and some of the play, they never gave up at the end. What we were impressed with was you actually had 3 or 4 good chances in the last few minutes as you tried to press to get even something from the match.
Yeah, I mean, there is a spirit about them now, but, you know, we've still got to accept, you know, winning 4-1 away from home. You know, as you saw today, I think Brecon only won 1-0 there. It's not an easy place to win a football match, but we won it, and we won it with a bit of style, and that's how I want us to play. But short term, it's, you know, we're in a dogfight, you know, and so we've got to tough things out. And today was an ideal opportunity to tough out a nothing each, or even pinch a goal at the end for a victory, and that definitely could have happened. It just wasn't to be. 2 decisions went against us.
Big Jordan again, Jordan Preston, he's really a handful up front. He does all the stuff right.
He is, and you know, he takes the weight off Alan Forrest when he plays. Ryan worked hard, but we certainly missed Alan around Jordan. Hopefully he'll be back for next Saturday.
Next Saturday is a really tough one though, up there at the top of the league for I believe won again today, so it's a tough match.
It's a tough game, but you know, we've got the players that can win football matches in this league. You know, there's no doubt about it. It's at Somerset, and hopefully we'll get a real good crowd and we'll go and win the game, because that's what we've got to do.
I said to you last week, the crowd's brilliant, and again a big good travelling support up here again.
Yeah, I mean, the players, you know, made sure they went and they gave the fans a clap. They were great, you know, to come all this way, but I mean, even a nothing each, they'd have been going home happy. But it was, I don't think it was a particularly good game of football to watch. And I don't like, I watch us train, and some of the football is excellent. I want to transmit that to Saturday. We did it in spells last week. Hopefully we'll do it a week on Saturday.
Well, Jim McInally was saying he felt they were lucky because in the first half they had a very strong wind behind them that put pressure on you, and in the second half it just dropped, and he said that was to their advantage.
Yeah, it was, you know, but listen, these things happen. Nobody can control the wind. We just got to go on with that. My most disappointing factor for me is that I didn't think either were free kick or penalty, but we gave the referee a chance to give them, and that was the most disappointing thing for me.